We are live.
Live.
And the transfer market is now over. And we're already having
Thank God.
disagreements if you're allowed to change your top 10, if you're not allowed to change the top 10. But I'll pose the question out to the start of this podcast. And I'm looking at you. Were we wrong about Inter?
Were you wrong?
I was not me. Not me. I didn't have him
What do you
winning.
mean were we wrong? He was wrong. No, look at that.
You had them
And he
winning the
wants to change
Scudetto.
shit. You
I
cannot
had them
change
winning the
anything.
Scudetto.
You can't change your prediction.
Of course I can.
Yes, you cannot.
I said it at the beginning when Marco sent
Yes, you cannot.
send the message.
Why is he allowed to
I
change?
said
He can do
we
it.
can. The final is going to be when the market is closed.
But let me ask
Well, you get Lookman or you don't get Lookman. It's a
Lookman.
big difference.
Cheating is your specialty, I guess,
Why am I
right?
cheating? I'm telling you now.
All right.
So, is this reactionary after the loss to Udinese? Is this a knee-jerk reaction to that? Is
No.
that why?
It's the market. I needed to see who's getting who. Now, if Lookman went to Inter, which was almost a done deal,
Almost.
then Inter will still be my top pick. Now it's not.
Okay, so you're going to give your updated ranking.
Yeah, I'll give you my
but
updated.
but the preview is Inter will not be winning the Scudetto in your ranking.
Yes.
Wow. Peter, how do you feel? I know you didn't have them
I
winning.
didn't have them winning.
but-
I think
Do you think everybody's drawing too many conclusions from the loss against Udinese? But it did expose, to my father's credit, it did expose some of the issues that we mentioned with the team. The lack of a player that could beat his man 1v1,
Yeah.
the aging defense. We all said use those funds to get a defender. Today, on deadline day, they do sign a defender. They sign Akanji, but they also get rid of Pavard, which, by the way, seems weird to me because they put him with a loan with the option to buy, and he took a salary decrease just to go to Marseille, which makes me to believe either doesn't agree with Kivu or something happened. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't
don't worry.
Oh, boy.
cut that out.
That's AI?
Say
Stay
something
there,
fell
AI.
in the background.
So I didn't put Inter winning the Scudetto. I think the question marks remained. Kivu, how this team is going to bounce back after the finale of last year, and ultimately see this aging squad. I do think that the moves that were made, especially with Akanji, were necessary. I think we definitely are still, based on the game versus Udinese, we're missing somebody that's going to take his man on 1v1. And
Wait, you think Akanji's okay even though you lost Pavard?
I think with
Don't you think it kind of cancels it out?
Yeah,
or no?
I'm not so thrilled about losing Pavard, but I think there was something that happened towards the end of the year
Okay.
that forced his way out. Like you said, there was a reason for him to want to leave, to take a salary reduction. Something must have happened. So, in that case, you have a Kanji who can play both on the right and also centrally. It's funny that we say all the aging defense, but it was Bisek, the youngest defender, that made the mistake versus Udinese. So, a lot of things that we need to fix and fix quickly. The question mark of Kivu still remains. I think, by him losing so early on, everyone's going to pinpoint and attack him. He tried to change that game. He put 4 strikers in at the time, which, ultimately what it did was just made us, go long and try to just dump the ball into the box, which, when you have 20 minutes left, you should still be able to play with the qualities that Inter have to be able to break down the defense and score. And I've noticed, that game, some players look very nervous. First off, Çalhanoğlu looked terrible. He was just terrible. Sucic, unfortunately, didn't have a good game. He's still young. You can't expect him to be the savior. And Barella was very nervous.
Yes.
Very nervous. A lot of balls lost. Even though, you can see the qualities that he adds to the team, but he gets way too nervous, and the team looks frantic when they have to try to come back and win a result. I think even last year, I don't remember the exact stats, but when we went down, we didn't have a lot of success winning the game. I thought it was a game ultimately that we were going to tie. We got the goal disallowed. I think in the second half, we had most of the chances. We had all the ball, but we still allowed Udinese, at times to be able to counter, and we looked really, really bad defensively. So
Where are you on the concern meter? Out of 10, does this loss make you really concerned, or do you think it's just a blip?
I don't think it's a blip. I think it's to be seen. We still have to see what Kivu is going to muster, because unfortunately, he hasn't had this team for so long, right? Even when it comes to the the preseason, a lot of the guys just showed up the last couple of weeks in a preseason. So you don't have your full imprint on this team yet. I know he had the Club World Cup that he was with the guys, but it didn't, it was still last year, quote unquote. So you're going to just implement, a few key things that change this team. But it's definitely not looking good for, to win a Scudetto. You want something
So you're
more positive.
second or third.
I always said Inter second in my thing, so I had that question mark. And what I will say is Juventus, right? Inter Juve on September 13th. It's not so great that you have a loss versus Udinese, the international break, and then have to go play against Juve, because then
you can redeem yourself.
No, sure, but if you lose that game,
All of a
now
sudden.
it looks really bad.
That's actually a really good point. You're making a face.
No, we were supposed to answer the question, are we allowed to change the top
You can.
10?
Yes, you can.
Because he always has a problem with this guy.
Oh,
It's okay. You
Anyway.
could have the dissenting.
But you change you
I'm not change anything. I can leave the way things are.
No,
but
you
if
say
you're
you-
changing,
no, you
I'm
say
just
you're
gonna
gonna
swap.
change it.
That he's
I'm
gonna
gonna-
get it wrong anyway.
Listen
so
to
you-
me.
it's
Listen
crazy
to
say.
me.
on first place.
Hello, English. I'm changing not the top 3. I'm
Ah.
changing 6 to 7. Just flip
It's
them.
the same thing.
All right.
And that's
It's
it.
changing.
I'm not.
Anyway.
I'm not. They're
Okay.
not really 6 and 7. They don't count. But
Wow.
I would love to make that change. But if I don't change, because you're not changing, you staying
That's
with
not the
Inter
case.
winning the campionato. You stuck now.
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
You're
Why?
fine to
Why?
change.
Don't
We'll
worry,
talk about
because
it
it's
later.
your father, because you don't worry?
I want to get. You could change. It's fine. We said that
No, it's
after
not
the
fine.
Mercato
You're gonna
ends,
stick
you
with
could
what you
say.
did. Okay.
You had Inter 5th place.
Yes.
Obviously, you saw that there was going to be something lacking from,
I'll tell you
from
what
this
I
team
saw.
to not even making Champions League
I'll
football.
tell you what I saw. The team looks very tired the last few weeks of the Campionato and the Coppa dei Campioni. Really tired. The squad is exactly the same, except for these couple guys that you added
They only
on.
had one new player.
And all the blame that you guys are putting on Bissek, I think it's unjustified.
Really?
The guy was from outside of the box.
Come on.
It's not the first time.
Relax.
for Bissek.
He's got to
Relax. I understand when Bissek, this guy here, was into the box very close to the net and he didn't close down. The guy was outside of the box. He took the shot. Summer didn't make the miracle that he normally makes.
You did. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta tell you something.
When I saw Summer concede, I thought about him and what he was saying.
Last year, those would be all saved. This year, the miracles, I think, are over. Over. O-V-E-R. So stop this blame on Bissek, and everybody's trying to point the finger at this guy. Bissek is still a good defender, a top defender. Would you trade it? I'll take it on AC Milan.
Transfer market's over.
I know.
No changes.
But stop blaming Bissek.
You have Milan winning the Scudetto. You guys lost to Cremonese.
It doesn't
So
matter.
what are you talking
I
about?
still have Milan winning the Scudetto.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they lost to Cremonese.
And we lost to Cremonese.
And you
yeah.
weren't that convincing in the
Listen,
game that you won.
No, I still have Milan winning the Scudetto.
Okay, we'll get to that. I want to give Udinese some credit because Udinese is a team that Runjaic is the coach. I think he did a great job in his first year. He's got a lot of courage. He tries to make this team play good football. They're a team that often gets their best players picked apart. They lose Luca, they lose Tovan, they lose important players. And he got this team to believe that they could win at San Siro, to come from behind. The wall that he created with Christensen and Solé in the back. Solé we've already known for a long time. It was a player that Inter wanted. So much credit to them for being able to come back in the game, but also to manage it and to get the win despite all the changes. He was a coach, by the way, that Atalanta looked at to potentially replace Gasperini. And, I was concerned. I will admit I was concerned about Udinese coming into the year. It is too early to judge because even if we think back 2 years ago when Sotil was a coach, Udinese was 4th place after, I think, 5 matches, and we got a little bit too excited. But I just like the way that his team looks, and I like that even despite missing pieces, he gives his team an identity, and the biggest thing is the courage. That's what I've noticed so far in Serie A. These teams believe. They know they could cause damage. Years ago, in Serie A, the teams would lose before they even stepped out on the pitch. Now I'm seeing teams even like Genoa, when they
Pisa.
play against Juventus, no matter what, they're still within matches, and that's something that I like to see. So I know the primary focus is on Inter, but credit to Udinese and to Runjaic.
I saw Udinese in the preseason, and I liked everything that I saw. I saw that they had speed, they're very physical, and they had a couple of guys up front, which I don't remember the names,
Atta.
but
Atta in the midfield is good.
very good up front.
Bayo and Davis.
Yeah,
to,
that they can dribble and they can score goals. So I put them at number 11, but we're only doing the top 10. So
I don't remember who they signed today. I need to double check. My phone's over there, but they did sign a striker on deadline day. But either way, credit to them. Credit to them. I'm really happy for them. Let's talk about Juventus next. Juventus and Dusan Vlahovic scoring the game-winning goal. 2 games, 2 times subbed in off the bench. It's a header from a set piece. Another game where Juventus did lack a lot of the creativity and a lot of the same old issues, and Yildiz is the only guy beating his man and really creating anything. And like I said, credit to Genoa and Vieira, the way that they were pressing Juventus. There was nothing Juventus could do to build out of the back, and those guys don't like to have the ball either way. But Juventus did make good moves in the Mercato. After an entire summer of working on Colomwani, on the last day of the Mercato, they switched gears and got Openda from RB Leipzig, and they ended up getting Zegrova from Lille.
Much better than the Colomani. Much better.
I do agree.
Much better.
I do
70
agree.
million.
But it's I got so bored of that saga. The fact that the transfer market lasts this long and they're working all summer, Colomani, option to buy, obligation to buy 60 minutes, 65, and now on the last day, the whole thing falls through and the guy ends up going to Tottenham. I agree that the funds for me is not worth it, and I actually think Juventus now have good depth up front. Because you think about Yildiz, Vlahovic, Jonathan David, Zegrova, Openda, Conceição, they all of a sudden, if we do
They're
the changes,
good. They're looking
I will
good.
push Juventus up. But either way, Dusan Vlahovic, do you think he should be the starter over Jonathan David? What do you guys think?
100%. 100%. I was hoping for him not to score those two games because I want him to still come to AC Milan. But unfortunately, he scored. So our chances of getting Vlahovic is over.
Well, the market's over.
Because I was
Market's
hoping.
closed.
I know.
No
because
changes.
I know.
But that wasn't the reason why you guys
I
didn't get him.
was hoping that Vlahovic would have.
Juventus
Not
still would've
because I
sold him.
like him. Yo, let me
They would have
finish.
still sold him. You guys didn't want to put the
Not
money.
because I like him, because I wanted him, by joining AC Milan, to be able to score on Inter and Juventus, and me rubbing salt into the wounds, especially of this guy here right on my right side. That's the main reasons why I wanted Vlahovic, not because I like him as a player, things like that. The guy is all screwed up there, but that's the best move that Juventus didn't make.
Tudor clearly likes him. To sub him in the 60th minute, after another game where Jonathan David did not play well. Jonathan David didn't play well the first game in the first half. Then he got the goal and things changed.
Lucky goal.
But he ate a goal right in front of the net.
Colomwani is the best player that you guys didn't sell, because if you will have sold, Vlahovic, if you will have sold Vlahovic, this will be a terrible transfer market.
if you go back a few weeks, a month, Vlahovic did not believe in himself. The fans didn't believe in Vlahovic, and Juventus didn't believe in Vlahovic. Now you score a couple of goals, all of a sudden you start believing in yourself. Some of the fans now, they believe in you, and Tudor likes him. So part of Juventus likes you. So he could be the best player that Juventus got and kept. And should he start? Yeah, he should start. And
Go explain it.
and I think now that he's got some confidence, who knows?
I think also
Explain
you
the
have
issue.
Yeah, the issue is that his contract is ending this year.
Okay.
He's making money.
So Juventus are
the
losing
thing is,
out.
you're losing out on a player.
They're not losing out. They can just restructure the contract.
But he's not going to agree to. He's not going to agree
Who
to
said
it.
so?
He's not going to
They
agree
have
to
Who
it.
said
Because
so?
he's making $12 million a year.
Doesn't
Nobody's paying him $12
matter.
million.
He's going to get
Starts-
9, and he's going to get another 3 years of
Antonio, if
contract.
he starts
I don't think they're
scoring,
giving him 9.
listen, Vlahovic is working for the next contract, so it might even be a phenomenal move to keep Vlahovic there as your starter, because he knows he's working for his next contract.
Mm-hmm.
So the more goals he scores, that price is going to keep on going up for him.
Price of what?
His salary, Antonio.
Oh, his salary,
He's
but
gonna go
not
for
his
free.
transfer.
No,
his fee.
he'll leave
Transfer
for
fee's done.
free. So that's why Juventus were desperate to get rid of him. They were just no takers. And unfortunately, Milan didn't see the value in a goal per game, and they decided not to go after him for 20 million.
No, you're wrong
current
about that.
prices.
AC Milan wanted the kid. It's just
No.
that
At the-
Juventus
current
didn't want to
prices.
trade it to us.
No,
No,
Juventus
that's
wanted
not
to get
true.
rid of him, but
They wanted the
again,
right
he's
price.
making a lot of money, and it's not easy to find a deal.
I
But
would say also Jonathan David. Let's not forget he's been on the trading block for the past 2-3 years. Nobody spent 30 million on the player. Okay, for a striker, 30 million is not a lot of money. And you know the only reason why Juventus went for him is because he's a free transfer this year, and that's why the decision was made. It was also during a time of understanding what we're going to do with Vlahovic. Maybe Colomwani was still a question mark because of the big transfer fee, and Jonathan David.
Peter,
He's a
they
good-
save so much money on
good player.
Colomwani, those guys.
Good
They
player.
save so much
Okay, but
money.
I'm talking about Jonathan
So
David.
much.
Good player, but he's not the Juventus number 9. I'm
Jonathan
sorry.
David.
Yeah,
He's
Marco,
not.
I-
after
listen,
that move,
I know
Marco,
it's
you
only
can
two-
listen to me. After that move, you can afford to lose
I know.
Vlahovic without spending a
That's
lot of
not-
money.
that's not
you
how it
just
works.
by listen to me,
Guys,
by
financial
virtue,
fair play.
I know,
Financial
but
fair
Peter,
play.
by
The
virtue of
books.
not selling it, they gain the money
The
because
books.
even if they keep him another 6 months, this guy's gonna spend a lot of
The
dividend.
better point
High
is, I
dividend.
know it's only 2 games for Jonathan David. He needs time. He
Yeah.
might very well find the goals. Maybe with Segrova now, who again is very creative, and Jonathan David is not a striker that's going to create goals for himself. He's the kind of striker that's going to be right in front of the net, like Radegi, if we just use the example, a poacher. Maybe that's going to help him, but I know I sound crazy because of everything that we've been through with Dusan Vlahovic and how he ended last season and the fans booing him. And I'm not saying for a financial reason. Oh, that's out the window. I'm just talking about on the pitch. I prefer Dusan Vlahovic. And again, I understand that sounds crazy to a lot of people, but I think he's better. And I really think Juventus, as critical as I was of the Mercato, because I thought it was so slow, and I do think that there are still holes within this team, especially in the midfield. Also, the wingbacks. They're playing João Mario and Kalulu as the wingbacks in a team that they're not wingbacks. They're not good enough to play for Juventus. And once you go far in Champions League, I think there are deficiencies, but I think they did fix the problem up top of the not being able to score goals. Bremer in the back, if he could stay healthy, the season of Juventus, all of a sudden, I know I counted them out for the Scudetto, and I still think that the others are better than them. But at this point, it probably wouldn't be crazy if they fight for a title. And they should. They should.
They have the players. I know there might be some deficiencies, but all the teams have.
Who doesn't have deficiency, Marco?
Aside
Everybody's
from
got
Napoli, I
deficiency.
would say.
And even people criticizing
really
Napoli.
were able to do what they have to do. Well, they criticize them because of the style of play. The thing is, I would say Tudor comes from Juventus, you know, in terms of a play. He was a player for Juve and understands what it is and what it means to win. You know, when it comes to Juventus, that's what counts, right?
Well said.
It's the slogan. They don't care how pretty. If they're gonna, they don't care. It's about getting the results and being there at the end to make a push for a Scudetto. That's what Juventus is all about.
And his messaging is great. I listened to his interviews. I listened to his press conferences, and it's very much in line. Of course, that's only words, but I do think he understands the clearly he understands the club, and maybe it's something that they need. They need a guy that can give them a slap in their back.
One thing I do not
understand.
understand, Gaetano, then you can go, I'm sorry. One thing I do not understand about this Juventus, they didn't have a project. They have this tour, okay, this is the new coach, fine. But it was not clearly a project. What do you want to do? What are the players that you want? What kind of plugs you need to introduce into this team to make the teams go to the next level and then contend for
He
the
famously
championship?
asked for 3 players,
Well,
if you remember.
bottom line is you found yourself with those players that you just named right now, not because you sought them from the very beginning. It's because this is where the last one left of their
Market opportunities.
Market opportunity. That's it. It was not a clear intent or intention of Juventus to sign those players. AC Milan, the player that he got, Rabiot was just,
We'll get to Milan.
lucky.
We'll get to Milan.
But
We're
those
not on
players that you guys wound up signing, it was just, they're still available?
Okay, and guess what? Napoli last year signed
McTominay.
McTominay and Lukaku 2 games into one game into the season, whatever it was, August 30th. And without those 2 guys, they don't win the
Market
Scudetto.
opportunity. It's not like all of us.
Retegui went from Genova to...
Anto, these names don't just show up on the desk one day and they go after them.
Right.
There's months and months of work.
Right.
Then what happens is it's like a domino effect.
Elimination, process of elimination,
But
say,
if
right?
Colomwani doesn't work, then
Then
you have to
boom.
go on to the next thing.
So
They have a short list. All these teams work on short lists. They have
Mm-hmm.
5 guys they identify in each position that they're going to be interested in. And then they're going to evaluate based on the player, based on money, based on
Pete, my only
the
pushback
needs
to
of the team and all
my
the
only
stuff.
pushback to that is the different profiles that they went after. Like Kolumwani and Openda are not the same kind of player.
But I think because Vlahovic staying, they're not going to look for a number 9.
But that's
they're gonna
but
have to go
Openda
after
is
someone
more
else.
of a proper, and Kolumwani, he's not really a 9. He could play there, but he likes to play behind, and he doesn't want to play as alone. So that's my only thing, is that they're different profiles.
Okay, but who else can you go that looks that's a
Yeah.
copy of Kolomwani?
No, I
Then
know.
you have to go back on your list and see. The strikers, like I said, are very hard to come by, and if you want a top guy, you're spending 150 million, like Liverpool's doing for Isak.
Yeah.
So this is the reality of that position.
Yeah,
I'm
fair enough.
surprised
What
you
were gonna
guys
add?
didn't go after Isak, Pete.
Yeah.
Tudor, I don't like Tudor because he doesn't
Really?
change now. He always sticks to this 3-4-2-1, and if he has to make adjustment, he doesn't make the adjustment. So that's the different. That's the thing that I don't like about Tudor. But he has enough talent in that team
Mm-hmm.
that to be in the top 4. Actually, I moved them up from 4.
Oh,
To
we're getting
3,
hints.
that means he
We're
copied
getting
me.
hints.
You copied me
We're getting
again.
hints.
So he copied me.
I'm
Be
telling you, he
surprised.
didn't
Show
copy
me your top 10 right now. Just spell it out. Spell it out.
I don't have AC Milan on the
Just
top.
put it and show
in
me.
the top 4.
Tell me what you
Dad,
have.
give me 10 to 7 right now.
10-7.
Yeah.
7 to 10, your new one.
7 to 10.
Start from 10, well, number 10.
Yeah, start from 10.
Number 10, Como.
Oh, that's
Okay.
horrible.
Number 9, Bologna.
Terrible.
Number 8, Fiorentina.
Terrible.
So what do you say?
Number
I'm
seven.
copying
Let's go. Let's go.
Number 7?
Number 7, Atalanta.
Okay. Close it there. We'll reveal after we talk about Milan next.
Okay.
We'll reveal. So Milan's transfer market was crazy too. The deadline day, Joe Gomez was supposed to be going. Gahey was going to be going to Liverpool. Then the deal fell through with Crystal Palace. So then Joe Gomez was not able to leave, and he couldn't go to Milan. You signed the young kid, the 19-year-old who's only got 2 Bundesliga games in charge,
Take
by
a
the
chance,
way.
man.
And the center back. I think you're taking
chance.
enough
Yet again,
chances
yet again.
lately.
Take a chance.
You didn't get the Dovbyk Jimenez move did not go through. It seemed like Dovbyk wanted to go. Milan wanted to make the move happen. Jimenez and his agent kept coming out. They want to stay at Milan despite Allegri not liking
I wanted to
Jimenez,
keep the
in
kid.
my
I
opinion.
wanted to keep the
One
kid.
second. You got the midfielder that Allegri loves. Adrien Rabiot is a midfielder that he's absolutely obsessed with. And just for some fun and for some drama, do you know the reason why Rabiot got kicked out of Marseille?
Because of his
He
mother.
did not
No.
apologize. He did not
fought
apologize
him-
against the guy that went to Bologna.
Him
Yes.
and Rowe fought.
Right.
Rowe got shipped to Bologna. Rabiot got shipped to Milan. And guess who Milan's next game is?
Bologna.
Bologna. So they're gonna play against each other
That would
on
be fun.
the first match when Serie is back, September 14th. But anyway, how do you feel about the Mercato? Because there were problems within the squad. We already saw you lost to Cremonese in the first game. Then you bounced back against Lecce in the second half. But you didn't address, in my opinion, you
The
didn't
defense.
address. Yes.
We don't have the defense by far. I mean, we need defenders. We need defenders. So not one, we need 2 defenders. We need 2. Tomori, to me, is not even close to be a bench player of AC Milan. Nevertheless, been even starting for AC Milan.
Well,
But
let him go. Let him go.
relax.
What do you have?
For the
We are-
record, Milan's winning the Scudetto,
Yes,
right?
we are.
With 2 defenders that you
that's
need.
right. We are.
You need
we
2
We're
defenders
winning.
and
Yes,
you
that's
win the
right.
Scudetto.
The
For
market is
record.
closed.
Okay.
It's okay. Listen.
So you still think they will?
I still think we can win because we have a tremendous midfield now with Rabiot. Don't forget, I'm not going to be complaining because Jasari got hurt and all the stuff. But we have a tremendous midfield. Our midfield is second to none.
But
in
your
Serie A.
defense is second to all.
Relax, relax. Let me just say something to you. The midfield that we have is going to make the defense look better because the screen and the filtration that we have a midfield is going to translate in a lot less goal. Allegri is not going to go all the way out. We already seen it the way he plays. Even with the Cremonese and
Lecce.
and Lecce, he was sitting on the 3/4. I was
This guy
getting
was
sick on my
screaming.
stomach.
This guy was
I said,
screaming
look,
at
AC
the
Milan
TV.
is waiting for Lecce the whole field. I was getting out of my skin. I said, I cannot take this anymore. So we're gonna be sit back
And relax.
Sit back. You need to
relax
sit back.
and enjoy the ride because this is going to happen. It's going to be low-scoring games that AC Milan hopefully is going to win, and that's how I think. You know, in Italy we have il principio hedonistico. What is the translation in American?
I don't know.
The less you get the maximum with the less.
Being efficient.
Yes.
Being efficient.
Yeah.
Efficiency.
Go double. I'm sure you have the word in English, but
Efficiency.
in Italian it's
I
called
guess.
il principio hedonistico. All right, just get it on your
So
phone.
Milan didn't look good against Lecce. Besides Modric and Salamakers,
I don't like the game.
and then Pulisic coming in, and he's able to score his first goal of the season in Serie A, and he's very clinical. There's still a lot of problems within the squad. I do agree, though. I do think Milan. I'm still keeping Milan in my. I mean, it's crazy to say. It's so hard. It really is difficult to predict what's going to happen this year. But for the fact that they have Allegri, for the fact that it's still August, and for the fact that they're in one competition, I still have Milan.
Are you dependent on Leao?
Yes. Now, not because,
You
but
never
not
said-
the layout of last year.
You never said it before.
Wait a moment, relax.
The
Let
new
me
layout.
finish. The new layout is
I
not
haven't
going to
seen
be
it
playing
yet.
on the
I
left.
haven't seen it yet.
Relax. The
You saw
layout, well, one game in the before the
Pre-season.
campionato.
Against Body for
Against
like
Bari.
15 minutes,
I
and they
want
got
to
hurt.
see Leao playing center.
Center forward.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Because, well, they did get Nkunku, and I kept thinking why they got Nkunku.
He can play behind. He can
But
play
he
behind.
likes to play on the left.
It's okay.
Usually
Let
plays
him,
on the
let
left.
him take Leao's spot, and then Leao with the speed straight through. You know when you put a butter, when you put a knife on a hot
Yeah,
knife
hot
on
knife
a
to butter.
body,
That's Leao.
slice it right through. Leao.
He's going to
Hey,
cut through.
Jimenez, what are you gonna do?
Jimenez is gone.
The other Jimenez.
Jimenez.
He's talking about the Spanish,
No,
Alex Jimenez.
The center forward I call it is with a G.
Santiago
Huh?
Yeah.
Jimenez.
Is with a
Santiago?
G.
Santi.
Jimenez.
We'll
Santi.
keep him. Don't worry. We'll keep him.
You
We
keep
need-
him
you
where on
need-
the bench?
No, we need. You cannot really play with the 2 number 9. We'll keep him when we
They
need
do
to
have,
use it.
to say the truth, Milan have a great, technically on paper, their midfield and their attack is fantastic. It could be one of the best. You could argue that it's one of the best. Maybe not the midfield. I would say the Napoli's midfield is better, but it's right there, and it should be in contention, especially if that clicks. My only doubt is defensively, and Allegri will have to be very good at getting the buy-in from the rest of the team to make up for the lack of individual talent that's there. But I'm not sure that this 3-man back line is the right way to go with Milan. I think you go to 4-3-3, you keep it simple, and you hope for the best in defense until you get to January, and then maybe you find somebody that you could sign and they solve things. But I think you'll be okay and stay within the striking distance come January where you could maybe get a defender. But I like the back four better than anything
Look,
else.
Conte, there's 4-1-4-1. There's 4 defenders. There's 1 right in front of the defense, another 4 midfielder, and 1 striker only.
But he's
But,
playing a 3-man back
I
line.
know
Allegri.
we're gonna 3-member, but I know. You know what? At the
But
end
you
of the day,
started preseason with 4.
listen. At the end of the day, all of those formation that we just spew out of our mouth on the field, they keep changing. I keep saying to myself, "What is the 3-man line
No,
right
but
now?"
it's not about that, Anto. It's about playing Gabbia, Pavlovic,
know,
and Tomori
I know,
together.
I know,
That's
I know.
3 center backs.
The interpreters of the formation.
That's the issue. Give us your next 3. Give us 6, 5. Just give us 6 and 5.
Lazio, number 6.
5.
5.
You know
I
what?
Roma.
Save it. Save it.
5
Let's keep
is
that.
the
Let's
Roma.
keep the anticipation.
Yeah, 4 and 5
Could be swapped.
could be swapped.
No,
Save
you're
it.
not swap. I mean,
No, I'm going to tell you.
Oh
I'm
my
going to tell
God.
you.
In May,
This
in
guy
May.
here is changing his mind
You
every
just
5
said
minutes.
you swapped 6 and 7.
Just one swap, and
Okay.
I can keep it like that.
He doesn't care.
How many did you swap?
He doesn't
None.
No, how about you?
care. No, I'm
Nothing.
gonna keep it. I'll keep my
so it's the only
my same.
one.
I probably will be wrong because I'm scared about Como and Lazio. Napoli got the job done in the end. Frank Anguissa, a guy that rejected a move to Saudi Arabia, stayed within the team. It wasn't a great game, I'll be honest. But when you're playing against a defense like that, it's always hard. There's some of the best teams in the world I've seen. Manchester City at their top, at their peak, have struggled against teams that play low blocks and teams that sit in, and you have to find creativity. And I will say De Bruyne was not great, and I think that they needed Noah Long earlier. I was calling out for somebody that could beat his man 1v1, and I think Noah Long helped a lot. Conte, I give Conte a lot of credit. His issue has always been putting the new signings in. He takes a long time because he wants them to learn his system and he wants it to be perfect. Luka, unfortunately, had to be thrown into the situation because Lukaku's injured, and I think Luka has not played well. In the first 2 games, I'm very, very disappointed in Luka. The 35 million, when 35 million is your price tag, it's not him that decides his price tag. But either way, it comes with a certain expectation. And even if you're not scoring, he doesn't do anything to help the team. I couldn't even see him win a header. Again, I know it's 2 games. Maybe Conte needs to work with him a lot more. So far, haven't been impressed at all. And I think Højlund is actually an amazing signing for this team for a couple of reasons. I know you're shaking your head. Everybody online likes to make fun of Højlund. It's not Højlund's fault that Manchester United is a poorly run club. The guy scored.
Say that. We have friends that
They're one of the worst run clubs in the last decade.
Gonna take a
They paid $75 million for a guy that never scored double-digit goals in Serie A. It's not his fault. His talent needed to be fostered. It was not the right move for him. I think that this move to work with Conte, he has speed. This Napoli needs somebody that can run him behind, and he'll have the creative players around him. I think he'll fit the team a lot better than Luka does. Højlund will be the starter.
So, Conte, the genius of Conte, he wanted the 4-3-3 because that's why he started with the 4-3-3 because he had Cara, he had Politano on one of the. Now he bought Lang, he bought wings. So I think in his mind he likes the 4-3-3 with the 2 wings going down the. But what happened? Like he said, he didn't put Lang in. What does he do? He invents McTominay. He's playing a wing, but that it comes inside. Politano is on one side. He does all the dribbling and crossing. And McTominay, he starts wide, but then he comes inside and he scores goals. That's the genius of Conte, to change, to always find the right formula. And if it doesn't work, he'll change again. And Napoli, which I had the number 2 position, is going to move up.
I wonder where they're going to
move
move.
them up already. Okay. All right, fine.
I think they're going to do well in the Champions. We saw the Champions League draw as well. And besides those games against Chelsea and Manchester City, it's more favorable. It could have gone a lot worse for them. And I hope that this is a year that he overcomes the hump of European football. And there's something about Napoli that I feel good about. I know that they didn't look great in this game, but I'm really not concerned. They were able to get the job done. In fact, that's a sign of a team that's champions. That's a sign of a team that always believes, that finds a way. And these sorts of points are going to be huge come the end of the season. But I think even in those games against Chelsea and Manchester City, I think that they could surprise a lot of people. I see Napoli. I'm not as negative about Napoli as some stuff that I've seen going around, especially online. Some people were, this is Conte, in his second year, things get stale. I don't agree. I think it was just the one game.
No, I mean, he won second years. He won with Juve, he won with Inter. So there's no question mark there in terms of what he can do within a league. Champions League has always been his downfall, but maybe in this new kind of setup, right? It's played as a league. He can actually do well. The Napoli team is, unfortunately, Lukaku goes down. Right away, they're able to make a move for Højlund. It's still a question mark, no matter how you can think he's good or he would be good for Conte's system. It's still a question mark just because it's been 2 years where he hasn't been at the level that he was supposed to be. So I think he can add because he makes the runs behind. He's a lot quicker, more of a rapid type striker compared to a Luka. I also say, and I'll say it again, 35 million for a striker is not a lot in this current market because the guy's
Luka.
I mean Napoli spent that money and it's they deserve to get a lot.
45, right?
No, but I'm saying is they deserve to get a top striker.
That guy's not
But
worth
35 million for a
million.
striker in Europe is not a lot of money. It's an average striker.
You didn't think
You're
that
not
it seemed like
guys.
a lot for Luka?
It seems like a lot, yeah. But if he was that good, there'd be a lot of teams going for 60, 70 million.
Kristovic
That's
went
the
for
reality.
25.
Christoph is much better.
I think Kristovic is better.
Much better. Even Piccoli. Even Piccoli is much better.
Yeah.
Even Piccoli. I'm telling you.
Either way.
In any case, Napoli are going to find a way to win. They're not always going to be pretty. They'll grind out the results, and they have the team for it. They have a well-built team, and it's one of the teams that are covered from A to Z, in terms of lineup. versus Cagliari, it was tough. Pisacane also has been really good within the last 2 years. He brought that Primavera side to win a Coppa Italia, which is not easy for a provincial team. And, he's going to be an interesting young coach to see, because he got the first team role this year, and the team looks organized, looks like a solid, and we know that they're not dealing with a lot of money.
I was doing some research. One second. I'm talking about Cagliari. 1 second. Let me add on to what are you saying. I read up on Cagliari, and they had a big decision if they wanted to go with Pisacane or Vanoli, and they went with Pisacane because the president of the team, Giulini, thinks that this is the future of Cagliari. It's very young players. He's quoted saying, this is not me, that he wants to be like a Barcelona or a PSG that has homegrown guys and promotes from within. Athletic Bilbao is an example of that they build from the Basque region of Spain. That's what he wants to create at Cagliari, and he thought that Pisacane understood that better. You could also see this as him being cheap, and this is his way of not spending money and selling piccoli and selling all your best players and trying to manage. But either way, Pete, rightfully so, gave credit to them, because in their first 2 games against Fiorentina, they put them in a lot of difficulty. And this game, they had nothing going forward, if we be honest, but they were solid defensively.
What was I saying before?
About Napoli. You said Napoli and Conte.
All right, Napoli, for me, he's going to have a problem managing 24 players, because now they have 2 players, sometimes even 2.5 players for each position. Now, I know you get 3-4 competition. You have Coppa Italia, the Champions League, you have the Campionato, you have what else you have. I think a lot of people, they're going to fight for leadership over there. Now, I think Napoli is creating a problem for himself. So tell me who's going to be starting of all of those very good players, because none of those guys that we just named before, this guy here, Anguissa, you're not going to be sitting Anguissa to let somebody else play. You're not going to be sitting Lobotka to let somebody else play. You're not going to be sitting Oilon to let somebody play. What you're going to do, Luca, 35 million, you're going to be sitting. You're going to make those guys play.
Luca's going to be a bench guy when everybody's out there.
There you go. That's what I'm saying to
Luca's
you.
100%.
This is going to create a problem.
Every 3 days, you're going to have a game.
Yeah,
There's a turnover. That's the way you have to handle it.
Okay, we will see about that.
And Anguissa is going to be gone for a month.
Okay, why? Because of the African Cup?
Yeah.
Okay.
But also,
see.
Anto, I think to further answer, it's going to depend on the opponent, right? If I think, like, for example, even in the second game against Cagliari, you should know that you need a winger to dribble 1v1. But if you're playing Manchester City or you're playing at Chelsea, I could see him putting the 4 midfielders because he wants to control the game a little bit more. And then they'll have Højlund, who will be able to break in transition, who's better than Luca in that position. So I think it will depend on the opposition. And as you said, he really can adapt. He's quoted saying, a great coach is like a great tailor. He makes the suit based on the materials that he has, not the reverse, which is kind of like what Amorim is trying to do at Manchester United,
Marco,
where he's trying to plug in things that he doesn't have.
Marco, when that suit has been on the same anchor and hanging around on the closet, which in this particular case is the bench,
Just bring it to the dry cleaner.
and you are a 45 million or 50 million dollar player, and then you keep asking yourself, second guessing yourself, why am I sitting over here? Why am I sitting over here? Why did I make this move?
It's a fair concern.
All right.
It's a fair concern.
Okay. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I think this is going to become, on the long run, is going to become a problem. And then you'll see it. I mean, hey.
I don't think so, but it could be.
They are stuck up over there with a lot of top names. And a lot of those guys are not going to be happy sitting on the bench 1 game, 2 game, or playing 15 minutes, 20 minutes. He's plugging me in for 10 minutes.
De Bruyne can't play every 3 days.
We'll see about that. Sit De Bruyne on the bench. See what happens.
You're going to have to turn over. And then, the injuries and things like that happened. That's not a problem.
Look what happened to Inter. Look what happened to Inter.
Went to the final.
Okay, you went to the final,
Yeah.
but you had Zielinski sitting the whole season on the bench.
Well.
Taremi, you had him
And you
sitting
still
on the
went to the
bench.
final.
Oh, well, look what happened on the final. You're no juice. You're nothing.
Okay, but that's not.
You got
Anto,
nothing left.
Anto, how many goals did they concede in the final? No, turn around.
5. Hello.
He doesn't get it.
Hello, 5. Oh, wait. Can they see that?
Yeah, you're right.
Just show them. Anto has a jersey with the number
You
5.
can
on it.
only
Show the
go
5,
up
just
to
turn
the
around.
table. You can only go up
Sit
to
down
the
and
table.
turn around. Show the 5.
Okay, sit. You know who I really like?
It's not looking good for you guys. I'm so sorry.
And what about you?
good.
Cremonese leche.
So what? I mean, you guys you almost on the verge of winning the Champions League, and you get slapped around by Udinese. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You know who I really like? Evan Ferguson on Roma. Really like his game. I don't know if you guys were able to see him.
I watched him.
Again, but this is a striker. I know we talk about a lot about strikers, if they don't score, but he does so much to help Roma play better football. He turns his man. He's one of the best at doing that. Runs into space. He actually gets the assist for Sule on the goal as well, but his all-around game is fantastic. Not just the last match that they had, but also before that. Roma in the first half struggled for creativity. Then, of course, you put on Paulo Dybala. Things start to click. It's no surprise. I do wonder, though, with Paulo Dybala, what's going to happen. Because I don't think he's a nailed-down starter for Gasperini. I don't think that he's physically will be able to do it. So does he become a player that you only throw in for the last 30 minutes of games? And is that a problem? But I will say Roma look much better than I thought overall. I thought it would take a lot more time for the team to buy into Gasperini's system. There are still problems, like I said, the creativity in the first half of their last game. But overall, I see a Roma that's compact and that's very good. And Kone, this is, once again, if last year was not his breakout year, this is his breakout year.
You think so? What happened
Kone
with you
is
guys? You
amazing.
were high on Kone and you didn't get it.
Roma didn't
you
wanna
were
sell
high.
him.
You were high on Lookman and you didn't get it. So you actually put the laser beam on 3 or 4 top players and none of them materialized. So something is telling
No
me.
money, no honey.
No money.
Wait. Something is telling me that there is a lack of leadership on top of there.
No money.
Before money, what are you talking
They
about?
got
They
no
got
money.
a lot of money.
They got
They
no
don't
money.
spend it.
They got no money.
They don't
No.
spend it.
Change the direction.
Guess
with the
what,
new
P?
ownership.
No money, no honey. 5th place,
How'd
if
you
that's
think
what
it's
you
Milan?
belong. You're getting right there, P.
Where's AC Milan?
5th place.
Anything
Don't
on
worry
Roma?
about it.
Anything you guys see from Roma?
On Roma, I like what Gasp is doing because he didn't go and say, "Oh, Pellegrini, wow, he's from Roma. He's got to start all the games." No, sit on the bench. You want Pellegrini?
I want Pellegrini at AC
Keep
Milan.
going on Roma.
So sit on the bench. You know, Dybala. Oh, you're gonna get everything on Dybala because he's our talent player. No, sit on the bench. Maybe you come in the second half. I think because Dybala never played one season, the whole season. He always had problem physically. Maybe this is the way to handle him. Bring him in the second half when everybody else is getting a little bit tired, and maybe this is, you can bring him in the second half. I don't think Gaspar has any problem bringing somebody in the second half. You know what I noticed in the first 2 weeks? That a lot of the changes, they're in the second half. They don't wait until the 60, 70 minutes. Second half, bring...
It's a good note.
You know,
Dybala
because,
came in the second half.
Because there are 5 substitutions. You could bring a couple of guys. If the team is not playing, bring a couple of guys in the second half right away. And then you still have
Not
another
scared to
And you
change.
don't lose the slot too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't lose a slot.
yeah.
It's true.
So I like what they did. I like this guy, Ferguson.
Ferguson is
I
good.
saw him. He comes back. El Shaarawy, he's starting captain, starting every game. El Shaarawy, I don't know if he's got... I would have liked... Wesley's a good player. I would have liked them to have gotten another player.
Bailey got
Yeah.
hurt now for a month. The
Right.
new signing that they have. Sancho would have been...
Sancho would have been the icing in the cake.
And they didn't get anybody in the Mercato in the last days. They were trying to get George, right? They got George.
Yeah, George, the guy's young, is fast, he's a good player. I saw him play.
So he didn't get everything he needs.
He was complaining about that. So, but I see what what I see. I like. I think he's going in the right direction. It might take a year. Maybe next year is when he gets a couple of other players that he needs.
What do you have, Roma?
So
Where do you have
Don't have to
Roma?
answer that.
So I'm gonna give you my first 3.
All right.
Okay,
I give you
this
the
is fun.
first 3.
This is fun.
So
3.
Napoli, I had him in second place. They moved up to first place because of Islander. He came in Ireland. I like that guy. And they did something right away. Somebody got hurt, they got the players. And not like Inter and this and Juve and they didn't get anybody, or Milan. They went. Hey, as soon as somebody got hurt, Conte must have pushed the button and said, let's get this guy. And
Also,
they got
credit
him.
to ADL. Credit to ADL.
Yeah.
ADL has got the
Credit
team running
to
well.
ADL, but there's got to be some kind of
For sure.
agreement between ADL and Conte. Otherwise, nothing else. So I got Napoli in first place.
Second place.
Second place, I got Juve.
Whoa.
I got Juve in second
I didn't
place.
expect that.
Because they got talent, and even though Tudor is not my best coach, they got enough talent to come in second place. And Inter, that I had in first place, because they didn't get anybody that I liked, somebody that can dribble his man and salta l'uomo and make the cross, they're going to be in third place.
Oh, wow.
And do you think it's going to be a big gap between first and the rest?
Between between Napoli and Juve and Inter is not going to be a big
Okay.
gap.
Okay.
But I think Inter has got enough to be in for the campionato, for the championship. You know, they're going to be there.
I agree.
But once you go to Champions League, you don't have enough. I was hoping for Lookman to come in. You needed to get somebody of that caliber to stay up there.
I do agree. And Inter also had a tougher league phase draw. You got the toughest out of the Italian teams. It's not going to be very simple. I still think you could finish in the top. When I did the calculations, I got 16 points. 16 points was enough to get top 8 last time. I don't know if it'll be again this time. I got Inter right around just getting 16 points. I think I had Napoli with 18, and they're 17 or 18.
It's going to be interesting. Again, we don't know.
Listen,
We don't know Kivu's approach to these games. We don't know. It's a lot to be, to understand. At least when you had Inzaghi, we had somebody. You had enough of games to go based on. So, when you go into a campionato and you're already going to be a Scudetto favorite, and you have to go far in Champions League, there's a lot of pressure on Kivu now, and time will tell how that works out. Then going to Gaetano's point, I know we were talking about Roma before. I think one luxury that Gasperini does have is a Dybala off the bench, and it's going to be time management with Dybala. He knows he can't play 90 minutes a game, so he's going to use.
Does he know?
I think Dybala knows.
You think so?
That he can't play 90 minutes.
I hope
a game.
so.
Because ultimately, I'm sure he wants to be starting and he wants to play as many minutes as possible. But even if he were to start, by the 65th minute, he's gone. So I think Gasperini is saying, hey, I'd rather have that quality at the end of the game, and we can close games, we can dominate games, and have the possession. Gasperini also, I think, with Roma, he understands he has a different piazza. I think he's going to use Inter, his experience at Inter, right? And can't be so stubborn when you deal with a top piazza such as Roma. And Atalanta's different. Atalanta, he built them, right? Roma, the fans expect a Scudetto, even though maybe that's not the, reality.
Pete's right.
But they
Pete's
expect
right.
the best. So he's going to have to understand how to build this team the right way. And lastly, I was listening to Capello, he's like, when you have guys in the tre quarti, such as Sule or Dybala, those are the players that you need. Those are the players that are going to decide the match. And that's exactly the point that Gaetano mentioned as far as Lookman. Inter, in the tre quarti, don't have anyone. They don't have anyone that you're going to say, okay, this guy's going to be able to dribble his man and score. So
Juventus have 3 of them.
Yeah.
One thing about Kivu that he said today, by the way, he's got very good communication skills. He speaks very well and he makes some. One thing about Kivu, he said, the players don't understand me and don't understand what I want.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
So why are you saying he has good communication skills?
No.
They don't understand that.
No.
He's not communicating
No,
well.
I'm talking about the way he speaks.
He speaks good Italian.
He speaks good Italian. When he speaks, I understand everything.
I got you.
And he speaks very well.
But it's ironic that you
So
said he has good communication skills,
I-
and then you said his players don't understand them.
No, the players don't understand the way he wants
I
them to
know.
play. They understand that I'm talking
Close
about
enough.
Italian.
Close enough.
But that's what I don't understand.
He's almost
You're a professional
Almost.
coach. You're a professional players, and he's been there now, for a couple of months, and the players don't understand the way you want them to play.
It takes time. It does take time because I remember Inzaghi the first year, there was a conversation about getting rid of Inzaghi. I don't remember when. It was maybe halfway through.
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, should Inzaghi go?" in his first year. So it does take time for them to learn and to build, and then we know what he was able to do from there.
Well, you're giving Inter the time that Inter wants to win now.
No, I think that nobody. Of course, Inter, they always want to win. The fans always want to win. But I think from management, they're not saying if you don't win the Scudetto, you're fired.
Can I just put a question for the three of you? I want you guys to dispel me why Inter went all the way out, then backed off for Lookman. I want you. Was this a setup? Was this Lookman really? Does Inter really needs Lookman, or Lookman? It was more Lookman wanted to go to Inter, or Inter looking for Lookman. Hold on.
Looking for Luka.
Where would you plug somebody like that? You have a lot
It's
of
so
players.
simple. It's so simple.
What? What you
It's so
gonna
simple in the 2.
in the 2? Yeah, what 2?
The
What,
3,
him
4,
and
2,
him?
1. You throw him right there.
Listen. this guy, your president over there, Marotta, quello che c'ha l'occhio, he said, hey, listen, let's blink the high. They said, let's make believe that we wanted the Lookman. They inflated the price. Then they went after the guy from Roma. Same shit.
You want a
So-
tinfoil
And what
hat for
happens?
this?
And
what I'm
and
trying-
who do we go after? You inflate the price.
Lookman's
You
still
guys,
out.
What, so that Milan can't get him?
You guys were not serious enough. You didn't push serious enough because you wanted Lookman with 50 million. You could have got Lookman. Now you find
Atalanta
yourself.
never really gave a price though.
You
They're
find
not gonna sell in
yourself.
Italy. I think they were not going to sell in Italy.
They will have given to them for 50 million.
don't
If
think
they
so.
were going to give it to them for.
Percassi said not to our competition. If he wanted to go, I think, to the Premier League, if
Bayern
somebody
Munich today
Yeah.
tried to get him,
I'll
but they said 45 million straight. No option to buy, none of that. They want the money. I'm concerned about
Gaetano,
Atalanta.
wait, Marco. Why was Lookman actually even told by Inter, listen, don't even go to the camp. We got you. Don't worry.
He did
The
this last-
guy,
I don't know if Inter told
the
him that.
guy,
He left.
he was training on his own.
He left.
The team. He
was trying
deleted
to
all
force
his
his move.
posts.
You
He
don't
was
leave.
trying to
That was-
force his move out.
You don't leave
They
the training
lied
grounds.
to the guy.
They were trying
You
to- he
guys
tried to
lied
force
to
his
the
move
guy.
out.
He did this last year though. There's a
Come
precedent.
on, man. You cannot do that.
Last year
sorry.
he did not play the match against Real Madrid in the UEFA Super Cup because he tried to force a move. Atalanta have had a rule, which is they only sell one big name a summer. Nobody thought Retegui was going to get sold for 70 million. Nobody expected it. Once that happened, all of a sudden, I think their plans changed. They lost Gasperini, they lost Retegui, and they said Ederson also was wanted by basically everyone. They said we can't lose Lookman, especially to an Italian team, especially late in the transfer market. And I think Atalanta knows that they seriously risk this season going poorly, and Lookman is going to have to come back into the team unless he makes a move to Turkey, which is the only market that's open. He's got to be reintegrated, but he's already done this before. To talk about Atalanta, I'm concerned about Atalanta. Their first two games, they have 0 wins. They didn't beat Pisa and they didn't beat Parma, and again showed the same issues. And already the Juric, which was questionable hire, I am confused by this team. I am very confused with the direction. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. They also got a favorable Champions League phase draw that they should be able to.
I'm not sure about now.
They should technically.
Not sure.
But I am freaking scared for
Well,
this team.
I'm thinking that he's going to go back. I mean, is he going to stay?
He's gonna go back.
without playing. He can't stay without playing.
I assume. But
Yeah.
either way,
He's going to have to go back. And he's
either
gonna
way,
have to
beyond
play.
that, this
Yeah.
Atalanta. What,
I mean,
what are
if
we
he
gonna-
goes back, the team is competitive.
You think so?
Yeah, the team is competitive. I mean,
Competitive for what?
well,
think-
the
no, the
goalkeeper.
Not for champion.
The
Karnaseki's
goalkeeper is
good.
is very
Nah.
good. The goalkeeper is very good. I mean, the midfielders is pretty good.
Ederson's out 1 month, but they got Musa.
Yeah. Oh, they got Musa
They got
today.
Musa today.
And if he goes back, you got a good forward line. I think they can do some damage.
No, the team is good. I think
Yeah.
the question mark is Juric. That's the question mark.
Yeah.
And starting
I
off
agree.
how he started
I agree.
is not going to be easy to keep the pressure off.
Not
It's
those
definitely a
teams.
hot seat.
Not those
And
teams.
Juric has
you
got
know,
a
if
lot
you
of
mess
pressure
up a couple
himself.
more games like that, Atalanta's going to have to make a
And there's
decision.
a lot of coaches. The coaches that they were also rumored with, Palladino, Thiago Motta, they never got a job. Luciano Spalletti. There's a couple names out there that they would be able to go for. And you even see today, Leverkusen got rid of Ten Hag after 2 games. They're
Wow.
cutting their losses.
Wow.
They say, you know what? We already saw that we were not able to win. You know what? Let's not even go any further at this point. I'm not saying it's going to happen with
Manchester
Juric.
United.
Sorry, with Juric. No, he's at
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Listen,
Ten Hag.
Amorim is gonna be a sack the next couple of games too.
He barely beat Burnley. 97th minute penalty
Lost to a
kick.
4th division club in a cup game.
Oh,
Anyway.
God, please don't remind my friend Ryan.
So I'm nervous about them. Give us your 4th and 5th.
So fourth and fifth, I have
Roma and
La-
Lazio.
No, I said already Lazio. It's between Roma and Milan.
Oh,
That's my biggest doubt. Who
Are
goes
you gonna
fourth?
change?
Who goes fifth?
change.
Who's it gonna be?
Okay.
I'm gonna put
After the break.
because of you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Milan fourth.
Wow, you're such a nice guy, man.
But
Go
he-
up to the line.
But he loves the number 5. He wears the number 5. His last
But
name
number
is
5, I wear it for Peter. I want him to keep him happy.
Roma, I put fifth.
Okay.
Mm.
I have Roma 5th as well, and your exact same reasoning what you said before. I think Gasperini will be successful. I'm just not sure they did enough to push them over the line. but it is competitive. It could go either way. Who else do you? Lazio.
I have Roma fourth.
Thankfully, Lazio were able to
Inter five.
bounce back after their terrible showing in the first game. Tati Castellanos did very well. His assist was gorgeous.
They
by the way.
look good, Lazio. I didn't think that you always said that Lazio put them high, and I didn't believe it. But when I saw them yesterday, they look good.
Hey, I guided you with Cremonese.
Yeah,
I
Cremonese.
saved you with Cremonese.
Yeah. You did.
Hopefully.
You did.
I just believe in Davide Nicola. But yeah, it was good. Zaccagni and Tati both hadn't scored since March and April in Serie A. They both got on the score sheet. It was a long, big drought for them. Sarri, obviously, the sirens were going off. I'm still concerned because it's Verona. Verona that I personally have relegated as well. Verona looked god-awful.
Horrible.
God-awful. But you're playing at home, first game of the season, in front of your home crowd. After all the problems, if you don't win that game, it could have been a real disaster for Sarri and for Lazio. So good on them. Bologna-Como was a high-level game. I don't know if you guys saw it. I know it only ended 1-0.
I saw the game.
Bologna somehow won, even though they were going through a disaster. Lukumi stayed in the end, right? Lukumi stayed after all that. They're dealing with injuries. They had a lot of problems. Great game. Really, two young coaches with great mentalities, with different interpretations of where they want to go. Could have gone either way. I think Bologna was better, or Solini scoring. But yeah, just credit to that game because it did not look like, if you hear Bologna-Como, you might not think it was a great game. And if you look at the scoreline, that was 0-0 the first half.
They kept Castro. They kept Dominguez, right? Dominguez stayed.
Dominguez stayed in the end,
Yep.
which I like. They got Rowe. They made another signing today. Pete, I don't know if you remember. They made another signing today. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I still like Bologna. I like Como. Those positions are all going to be very close up for grabs. The jersey you're wearing, Fiorentina. This is one that you were selling on all of us all summer. Every time we went out to have coffee, you kept telling me, "Oh, guys, you're not believing in Fiorentina." They struggled so far.
I had Fiorentina very high. I had it behind the five.
Get them in sixth.
Yeah. Now I pushed them to 8. I didn't like what I saw so far. I thought that. The talent of Albert Gudmundsson and Kane and Dzeko and Som that they got, and they keep getting play. Nicolosi now, they got him. I mean, they got all these midfielders, and Fagioli is there. I mean, they got so many midfielders, and I don't know, but they don't seem to, to put it together. Pioli might need some time. I think that
to catch fire.
Maybe they
because it's not on fire.
Maybe they're gonna get it together, and they could try to be in that 6th spot.
So where they always are.
But right now, they don't seem to click.
Where do you have Fiorentina, Gaetano?
I put them 8 now. I had them 6. I moved it to 8. But they have the players, but you needed to put them. I mean, the goalkeeper is good. Comuzzo is good. The midfielders, they got so many midfielders now.
Gosens is very good.
The forward line, they just needed to put
Kane
it together.
on top over there.
Yeah, maybe they need a. I mean,
Kane stopping the goals for going in.
I mean, that ball was in, and he took it out.
What were we gonna say?
So, if he starts scoring goals, Kane is a very
Stricky.
Stricky, very emotional guy. If he starts scoring, you can stop him. But the way he started didn't start too good.
I think also the fact that they're qualifying for the Conference League, that also influences your game on Sunday, especially when you're still starting the season. I think when it comes to Fiorentina, really, can you expect them to go higher?
No.
It has to be a miracle season for them to finish higher than a lot of these teams. And unfortunately, you can add all the midfielders you want, all these players, but they're not players that are going to change the level of the team. They're players that are good for that level, and if they make a Europa League, that's a successful season. Mm-hmm. And also, Fiorentina in the past, they've always gone very, deep within the Conference League. And that catches up to you when you play on a Thursday and then you have to play a league game. And then those added games, they don't have the list of players that Inter, Napoli,
are you saying they shouldn't focus on that?
I'm not saying they shouldn't focus, but the reality is, if they put all their eggs into Serie A, they probably be able to finish a lot higher than what the last couple of years have.
They're going to
have
win.
led to.
They're going to go in
Oh,
the
or
final
you
of
go
the
in-
Conference League.
Or you go and win.
Yeah, you're going to
You
go in
know?
the final of the Conference League because there's no other team that can go that far. But this guy, Goodmanson,
Yeah.
is he at?
I don't know.
Is he at that next
He's-
step
He had a
of
good.
player?
He had a
Losing.
good season with
I
Genoa.
thought- I
Last year
thought
was
so.
poor.
I thought he was I was wrong about him. I thought he would take off at
Yeah.
Fiorentina.
He also had some
Yeah.
off the field issues.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that.
But it's
I'm
enough
sure-
time by now, no?
Yeah, it should be now coming into full force. So
And you
it's
have
early
the
on.
you have the center forward
It's not
from the
effective.
national team.
Yeah.
You know.
And they got Piccoli. They spent a record transfer
and now
for,
they've
for
got this
Piccoli,
guy
27
Piccoli
million.
too.
It's the most expensive transfer. He had a chance to score. My thing with Fiorentina, I've said it a million times, it's just so much rotation. With Palladino, they were going to go for a younger team. It's also a very different. They had one of the
They changed
lowest
the whole team.
blocks.
They changed the
Everything
whole
is
team.
changed every time. It's always changes. So now the new guys got to gel with these. Their midfield is completely different. Their midfield from last year with Adli, Cataldi, then Bove, of course. It's just there's too much of that. That's my issue with them. And then when I look at the other teams, I just think that a lot of them have gotten better. It's not like they sell one player. They never build on top of the group that they have. Some of the best teams keep the group.
Fiorentina last year got all their players on loan with option, and they got rid of every single player, which means the sporting project failed. You get rid of Palladino. In 1 year, you got rid of him. Now you have Pioli. Oh, it's another
It was
one.
him
Who
that
knows what happened.
decided,
Yeah, but there was
right?
something that happened within the management and him. So what happens is now this is again anno zero, as we say, and you have to start from scratch. You got to give Pioli time.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a good coach. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, even a Piccoli is not gonna make you go to a Europa League. He's a good player, but he's not bringing you close to Champions League. He's not bringing you to Europa League.
I got you. Yeah.
That's
But you
the
know
players
what?
that you're going
But
after.
Pete, I see things that the Fiorentina does all the time, and Commisso is a genius about those things. They buy players. When they develop within the 1 or 2 years, their value goes financially spectacular, great decision.
And it's smart.
Because this guy here,
Who are you talking
Commisso-
to about?
I'm talking about
Which
Rocco.
players?
Oh, I'm talking about.
I mean, Vlahovic.
Vlahovic.
We're not his players.
all right, relax.
Vlahovic and Chiesa did not come from
Oh,
Fiorentina's
I
players.
thought you meant how they sold them.
They
No.
sold them, yes, but they were players
Keane.
that were there
Okay,
already last
when
year.
they bought
Oh, it's a
Keane,
good
sure.
decision. Good
Keane-
decision.
Now look what Keane is worth 70 million, 80
Yeah, it's a
million
great
in
decision.
any team. So these are the
They have made very good decisions. With
Goodmanson.
Goodmanson has not worked out.
second.
Gosens is
We'll
another
see.
one that I think was smart. David De Gea. A lot of people, nobody believed in David De Gea. He was a guy that was sitting, doing nothing for a while.
They have Comuzzo.
Comuzzo's
Say-
interesting.
Comuzzo.
You know,
Coming
AC
up from
Milan
you.
was looking for this guy here. Apparently,
They usually
price
choose
is
the
too
right
high.
coaches too. They usually choose a coach
So,
that I always think is very
I'm
good.
sure the players that about this Piccoli here, just to translate what I was about to finish, this Piccoli, if he scores within the double digit this year, this guy is going to wind up being a 40, 50 million.
He's got to score double digits.
Yes,
He's
so.
going to
He's
score
gotta
double
score
digit.
double digits.
He's going to have to score double. With the Keane, I think he's got a good chance.
But
to
he's
score
going to
double
start
digit.
ahead of Dzeko.
Who
He's gonna
knows?
start-
Dzeko's
we're
not going to
move
have a
just one
lot of
striker.
space. Dzeko,
There's a lot of things that you have to look at.
Dzeko wanted to come back from from Turkey to Italy. He's not going to be the main guy.
course
Dzeko
not,
is
yeah.
going to be a utility player that is going to come from the bench and is going to just plug some of the holes that certain games they're going to demand to be plugged. But to me, Piccoli is a great pickup, and even Dzeko. Dzeko's got a lot of experience. Dzeko
Maybe in the Conference League it could
Yeah,
help
in my-
a
in
guy
my,
with that
in
sort
my
of
workout.
experience. Let's talk about two last topics. The Italian national team. But
Oh.
first, Gigio Donnarumma finally got his move to Manchester City. Sad to see that the season starts and you don't have the best goalkeeper in the world playing in their games. PSG, I think it was a financial thing. He was making 10 million and he wanted a salary increase. Now PSG doesn't do that. They have lower salaries because there's no superstar players. Nobody's outside of the means. He got 15 million from Manchester City. 15 million. But by the way, Manchester City's also struggling because they look terrible in their last game defensively. They're right back. They have their own issues. So he's going to have a hard time. But I am happy that he made this move. I was very concerned for a while that maybe he was going to go to Manchester United. That was another team that wanted him. That would have been a disaster for us. A player like Gigio Donnarumma, again, the best goalkeeper last season. PSG does not win the Champions League without Gigio Donnarumma. All you have to do, maybe not in the final, but all the games that led up to it, it was Donnarumma
That's right.
that led them there. So that's the most important thing. and he needs to play in the highest competition. Anything about Donnarumma? Or?
Grande Gigio, all the best, my friend.
Too bad you didn't decide to come back to AC Milan because we could have used you. But you know what? I have a soft spot for this kid here. Without aside from all the Donnarumma and all that stuff, he deserves. He's the top goalkeeper, in Europe, in the world.
Yep.
Alisson has got miles before he gets to Donnarumma. Donnarumma is the top.
He's the best.
It's the number one.
Why change your mind?
Numero uno.
Why change your mind?
Nothing. I
allowed
never
to
changed
change.
my mind about him.
No, you did.
I never changed
You
my
hated
mind.
Donnarumma.
Yeah. Well, I
Yes.
hated
Yeah.
them because
Yeah.
he left AC Milan. But
So why'd you change your mind?
I didn't change my mind.
There's
I
no
mean, I wish him
changes.
the
You
best
said you
now.
hated
I
him.
mean, no, I'll tell you what.
And now I've always had a soft
I'll
spot for
tell you what. Hold on.
Tell me.
Hey,
tell me.
hold
why
on.
you have 5?
No, I'm just so old.
Ah.
Stop. Hold on. Listen. You go to PSG, you've been mistreated. You are materially the main reasons why PSG lifted the Champions League trophy into the sky. And then, because, like Marco said, during the qualification, the quarterfinal, the semis and all the stuff, it was Donnarumma saving them. Because if it wasn't for him, they will never
How
go
about
to
the
the
penalties
final.
against Liverpool?
That's right. I
My
was about to
gosh.
say that.
My God.
So now you've been spitted on by what's his name, by the
No,
coach.
That was Suarez.
Give me a
that did
break.
the spitting. Did you see Suarez
Oh,
spit
yesterday.
on another player?
Did you see yesterday?
Another player, sorry.
Coach.
I think the guy was 75
Yeah.
years old.
Oh my God! I was watching the game yesterday.
Seriously,
Anyway.
what is wrong with this guy's brain?
Oh my God!
How the hell do you spit on another? Not even a player. I mean, a player will be bad enough, but you spit on a
He
75-year-old.
should be disqualified for the rest of the
Enrique.
season.
Are they
Luis
going to do
Enrique.
anything? Are they going to? You think?
They have to do something.
They
I
have
don't
to.
know what
Listen.
Busquets also punched a 20-year-old
Oh,
kid in the face.
it was funny.
He got away with it because everyone's focused on Suarez, but Busquets throws a punch.
Boom.
My
It was so
God.
entertaining yesterday.
I think
was
they lost
watching the
3-0.
game. They lost. I knew to think they lost 3-0.
I didn't watch the game. I just saw the
So anyway, Luis Enrique, he can count his blessing because it's over for them. They're not going to win anything. Let them win the La Liga. That's it.
La Liga.
Oh, I mean, let them win
Liga.
League One, whatever. That's it. It's over. It's
I should have
over.
told them.
It's
You're right.
over.
The Italian national team call-ups. I'm usually a very optimistic person in life. I usually see the bright side. You guys are going to need to save me on this because I'm not talking about just the 2 games that we have now. I'm talking about qualifying because we need to be absolutely perfect. Norway away from home. And the call-ups to me, I mean, I've been getting into arguments about meritocracy. People say, oh, yeah, but Gattuso's going to do meritocracy. It's the same old thing all the time. There are names on this list that don't belong. There are names that should be there.
Who are they?
Maldini. Why is Maldini there? Why is Maldini there?
Shouldn't be there.
Don't lie to me. Don't tell me I only call up guys by the minutes that they have, and then you have a guy like Maldini there. You have even Leone. I'm not saying I want Leone to be there, but just don't go off the minutes thing. That's the problem. I wish Federico Chiesa would have been the guy that was
It
brought
was not
in.
called up, Chiesa?
No.
Oh.
Gattuso spoke about it. He said that Chiesa's not ready to be there. What Chiesa's decision is, I don't know. But for me, I don't like the team concerns me. And why do we need 4 goalkeepers? Am I being a downer on this, or do I not feel good about
This is
this
his
team?
first time that he has.
I don't see it. I'm pessimistic too. I just don't see us qualifying.
I didn't see the list of players that he got.
Retegui was called up, right?
Yeah, Retegui's.
But even Pio Esposito,
I'm not mad.
has he? Okay, you're not mad, but
He hasn't
He
played.
hasn't
He
shown
hasn't played
anything.
either.
to
He
me
hasn't
so
played
far.
in Serie A.
Club World Cup, I guess. But
But we want to bring some young kid. He's not the one that I'm mad of. He deserves it. For me, I would put him over Maldini.
Calafiori was called up, I hope, right? Was he?
Can you pull up on your phone? Can you check? My phone is charging. We could
my
pull up
God,
the
it's
entire
so
list. Check
scary.
on our Instagram, IFTV.
When I watch the Italian player playing abroad, I mean, Calafiori is one of the top players. I was watching him play.
Well, you know what? We have a lot that went abroad.
Oh my God!
But yeah, I don't feel good about it. Gattuso's already concerning me with some of the things that I've seen. Yeah, Calafiori's there. Bastoni, Calafiori, Cambiaso, Di Lorenzo, Di Marco, Gatti, Leoni, Mancini, Barella, Fabian, Frattesi, Locatelli, Rovella, Tonaldi, Bellanova, Pio Esposito, Keane, Maldini, Orsolini gets the
Thank
call up.
God.
Zaccagni, Politano, Raspadori, Retegui, Scamacca.
Fabian.
Fabian from Bologna.
Bologna.
Mhm.
Yeah, this guy Fabian, I don't know.
So Leone and
Leone.
Pio Esposito were the big things. Retegui still getting called up. Listen, we have the quality to go. We should be able to beat the teams that we have to face.
We should.
We should. That's not the question. It's just more of some names that I'm confused by.
We have a lot of pressure. I'll tell you what. We are playing with a chip on the shoulder, and we have a lot of pressure to win. If we don't, the more pressure we put on ourselves, the worse it's gonna get. We are facing teams that, on the paper, we should be just smoke them.
Yeah.
But we are not.
But that's been our problem in the past. Again, I don't even need to make the names of who we lost to not qualify, and I'm scared we're gonna miss a third World Cup.
We are.
If we don't win every game, we're gonna miss a third World Cup.
So what about if we have one win and one tie? It's over.
It depends what Norway does, but probably not.
You have to win all the games, and you have to beat Norway in Norway.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is you need some of the games to be a goleada, which in
Which
Goal
five,
difference.
five,
Gattuso
six.
said that in the last 100 years, Italy is now one to score a lot of goals in the national
Okay,
team.
just finding a way out.
Because
Oh my God.
I
Back
think,
door.
what is it? They're plus 10. I think
Right now, I think
Norway's plus 10 and we're
Oh
minus
my
1.
God.
But if
So-
we beat them by scoring more goals,
You have to score. Yeah,
we have to.
you have to score
You could
because
check
of
exactly the numbers. Hold on.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
double
think it's
check it.
the plus 10 or plus 11 with minus 1. So
We've also played a lot less games, but
We
yeah.
play less games.
But they run up the.
and the last game is against Norway.
This is freaking ridiculous. This is
And
ridiculous.
when are those two games next week,
And
right?
it's the 5th and the 8th.
Oh,
But
God.
those games, I mean, those ones are the ones that we're
Estonia
going to be able
and
to
Israel.
to
So
win.
Norway
It's-
has played
it's
2 more
next.
games than Italy,
Uh-huh.
and the goal differential for Norway is plus 11,
Plus 11.
and Italy is minus 1.
Minus 1.
Jesus
So there's
Christ.
a lot of goals
Jesus
that need to happen.
That save me. To end this podcast, try to end it on a high.
Save me.
Is there something good
Pete, can you
to
save
look
me on
forward
this?
to with Italy, or are you also pessimistic and nervous?
Well, the only game I think we're going to win all the games. The only one that I'm scared is Norway in Norway. That game scares me. But the rest of the games, and because Gattuso said that in the last 100 years we haven't had a goleada, I think we're going to have a goleada now. I think he, by saying this, I think it puts less pressure on the players. And
How so?
Man, it's gotten so sad for us.
because
Ah.
Guys, this is how the mighty have
because
fallen.
if he says to the players, hey, I need a goleada, you need to score a lot of goals, that puts pressure. If you say to the players, listen, we never had a goleada, I think the player goes in and
They're going to try to score.
we sound,
as
you know,
many-
we sound, we sound like Manchester United right now. We sound like
Oh,
Manchester
we are. Our
United.
state of our national team
We basically, you're right. We are.
is there.
We've got.
but we listen, we got the goalkeeper, we got the defense, we got the foe. I mean, if we got Retegui and
We got
Kane,
everything.
if
We
we
got everything. We got
Everything but nothing.
almost on Monday, almost on Tuesday, almost on Wednesday. We're almost there. We are almost there,
I
right?
think Cambiaso can do a good job.
Ah,
I think-
brother.
What about our midfield?
I
Our
think
midfield has lost.
Politano can
Where's
do a
the
good
technical
job.
ability in the midfield?
The only the
Ay,
is-
ay, ay.
Barella,
Ay,
Barella.
ay,
is
ay.
those
But he's not that
center-
kind of
Fra-
guy.
He's the
Francesi never
center
get to play 1
midfielder.
minute.
You know, Locatelli,
No.
he doesn't have it.
Locatelli is
No.
not a national team player. Just bench him, the guy. Just keep
No,
him.
but even if you
I'm-
start our best midfield,
I'm hoping that Richie can do. You need somebody in front of the
a lot of
defense.
safe players.
You know that does the
A lot of
job.
safe-
It
He
just-
can't even play for Milan. He can't even play for Milan
Yeah.
right now, and we're gonna start him on the. I mean, I don't know. We need a miracle. You know what we need? We need Norway to slip up one game. We need Norway to slip up.
That would be nice, but I think Italy's got to just in this Estonia game, goleada does not mean scoring 10 goals.
I
We
mean,
got to
6.
yeah. We, no, but what? How do you make it happen? You got to play the 90 minutes. Italy can't score 2 goals and then stop playing for a half.
Yeah.
That's where Italy has always failed because it's always been let's just control the game,
Right.
win it, and we never had
sit
this
back,
issue.
win,
Can
just
I-
score
can
a
I-
goal
we
and
have
sit
to,
back.
We have to go for 90 minutes. It's the 88th minute.
well,
We got to score the other goal.
I don't think Gattuso is going to make you stop at 60, 70 minutes. I mean, Gattuso's got the character. He's going. He's going to come in with a fork and stab everybody if you don't run for 90 minutes.
Can I throw something out there? And now I'm saying this, and you guys are going to hate me, and we could end the podcast right there. Maybe it's crazy. Jose Mourinho was just sacked.
No.
Give me a break. I don't want
Jose
Jose Mourinho to
Mourinho
coach
was
the
just
national
sacked.
team. Now he's the last
That
one.
guy would get us to a World
No
Cup.
way, no way, no way. I'm changing my nationality if that guy comes to
What do you
become
say,
Italian
that?
coach. No.
Am I nuts?
No way.
Well, Gattuso hasn't coached one game.
Even better.
Nah, you
No.
Get the guy in there.
Nah,
Get
you
Jose
can't-
in there.
No.
You can't do it. You have to give Gattuso for this World Cup. No, if we don't make this
Oh, my
for
God.
the next
no.
World Cup,
no, not
no,
Get
Mourinho.
rid of
Not
him on the
Mourinho.
next World
What
Cup.
about if?
If we don't get the next World Cup, there's one name on the list. And there's only one name that I will accept.
Which
and that
is?
is Antonio Conte. I don't care if he has to work 4 jobs.
No, Conte is not going to leave Napoli.
Dad, I don't care what he has to. If we don't make it, this is, again, in years' time. He is the man that will absolutely qualify us.
Gasperini. Forget about Conte. Gasperini,
Gasperini
is the
is
natural.
We've already accepted that we're not going to make it through the World Cup.
Gasperini is going to
Gasperini.
project.
Or Limone Inzaghi if he kicks out from the
forget about
Saudis.
Limone Inzaghi.
All right.
Gattuso, if he doesn't make the World Cup, F for the team.
He's
that
gonna be
he's got,
dead.
Dad, we've done this before.
He's going to stop them.
But we've been here before, and we've had the same result.
Yeah, but Gattuso's got
Okay. I
a different
hope so.
character.
Let's hope.
I think that's what we missed in the past.
Okay.
You know, we had the Luciano, Spalletti. He's walking around.
Yeah, but you liked him
from
before. You
side
liked
to
him, right?
side.
We
I
were
liked
wrong.
him
I was wrong.
at Napoli,
I was
not
wrong.
at the national team. The
You were
national
wrong
team-
about
I
him,
was,
right?
I was,
He-
I
I
was
was,
always right. I
He's
was
the
always
the
I was dead wrong.
philosopher.
Always.
The
I was dead wrong.
Walking down.
yeah.
Yeah, this guy was like, he
was
liked him
bad.
too,
Start
right? You
screaming
liked him
like
too, right?
Conte, scream at the get
Bullshit.
the players into
You
That's
gave me, you gave me the optimistic
Yeah.
pitch. I feel
Yeah.
better already.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Look at Conte. He's jumping one goal. He's jumping up and down like he won the World Cup for one game.
That's a champion right there.
You know,
That's
that's
a
what you got to
champion.
do.
That's a champion.
The team is an extension of
I
the
can't
character
stand him.
of the coach. That's what the team is. And if you get a goal and all of a sudden you're a philosopher, you're going back and forth, Spalletti. What am I going to do now? What am I going to do? You
That-
got to start. You know, you got to encourage the players, scream the players.
Dad,
let
do
them.
you remember when we were at the Sweden game? One of the first leg of the Sweden
Don't
game.
go any place, please, because everywhere
We're
you go,
banned.
you wind up
We're
losing.
banned. We're not
we
going.
wind up
We're
not
not going.
qualifying. Stay here.
We were, for context for people in case they don't know, when Italy had to qualify against Sweden, the first leg we were there when they lost 1-0. We didn't go to the return leg when they tied 0-0 at the San
Listen,
Siro.
we
And
didn't
then
go-
we were there
It
at
was-
North
stay
Macedonia.
But
here.
it was 0-0.
That we were there in North Macedonia. That's
here.
bad. We were in Palermo, North Macedonia. What I was going to say, do you remember when we can say, I'll never forget, Belotti or Ciro Immobile, Belotti missed against Sweden, right? He missed early on when it was 0-0. Ventura, you could tell. I looked over and I said, we already didn't qualify. He acted like that loss was the worst thing of all time. He put his head down. He took a water. He sat down. He crossed his legs. He was pouting like this. I've never, and we were right there, I've never to this day seen any more of a loser attitude than that one moment there. And I knew we were screwed.
Okay, let's finish on a positive note. Italy will almost qualify. Okay, let's say
You can look up the
almost.
joke at home if you don't know
Okay?
his almost joke. All right. Thank you, Antonio. Thank you for everybody for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao, ragazzi.